Hi. It's not the most opportune time, I guess, but it was on my mind right now and I was thinking about it, so I should just share this while it's fresh in my mind. And that is that, the things in our life that are difficult for us to our difficulties that we're having, whether it be health or job or just motivation related. If it's especially if it's health, though, uh, are not necessarily all your fault. There's a lot of things behind the scenes and in secret and hidden that are happening right now, and that we don't have any control over. They're just the circumstances and situation of life as we have to take it right now. And I know it's always been that way, and it's true that the responsibility for doing anything with your life, changing your life and bettering it or whatever, is up to you. Nobody's going to just appear and magically do it for you. You have to be the one to affect change in your life. But when you try and you work towards positive goals and try to be optimistic, and you keep getting thwarted over and over and over, almost like like there's some sort of intelligence machine out there that is only purpose is to put roadblocks in front of you constantly, and then as soon as you overcome one roadblock, it puts a bigger one in a different place, and it can be very frustrating. It's like at a certain point you're like, what is the point? What's the point in this whole world? What's the point in this life? What's the point in me being here? What's the point in being alive? None of this shit is going to work out, because the harder I try, the more fucked off I get by people and circumstances and situations and things. That's just kind of the gist of this world. It doesn't seem like it has to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way, but unfortunately, at the current point in time, it is. Our authorities in this world, especially in the Western world, which would be the United States and England and Ireland and Scotland and Australia, even though it's not in the West. We call it the Western because it's got the Western mindset. Anybody that was on board with the USA, oh, we went to the moon, we're the greatest country ever, woohoo, yeah, anybody who was on board with how great America was and is emulating it is part of that Western world. And that Western world is an absolute fraud. Maybe all philosophies are a fraud at some point, but Western philosophy is an ultra fraud. It's a philosophy, it's a mentality, a mindset of look how much we figured out, we're so brilliant now, ho ho ho. And they get the people believe in that. They get the people believe in the science and believe in the medical, believe in the tech, believe in the healthcare system, believing in the wars we've had, believing that there's some terrorist threat that we got to be afraid of. We need to be armed at all times. We need to have a military ready to respond at all times. And all 4 or 5 branches of the military, all, stocked to the gills with guns. We got to send our kids, when they're 18 off to learn how to, murder people and effectively and follow orders without question so that we can be safe. Yay for America, in the Western world. Does that seem like a good philosophy? It seems like a retarded philosophy to me. It seems like a philosophy of fear and sadness. And there's my gas deer. The notion that our wars have been over resources is laughable. You do not get any resources from war. You lose resources, and that's the facts. This thing they teach us in school about the wars for resources, and oil and in the past it was food and game and whatever. No, that's total horseshit. Nobody goes out and has a war for that reason. I'm losing my point though. My point is that there's a lot of lies being perpetrated. And when I say that, I mean these are the types of lies that aren't just coincidental things that you don't really matter. These are lies about what is healthy for you and what is not. These are lies about what is true scientific fact and what is not. These lies are very pervasive and they're affecting our lives every single day in ways that we can't even quite fathom. And that's only if I only come to this conclusion by discovering a few of the lies, a little bit of the things that are being lied about. And that's really where the problem is. It's not a lie about an inane little thing that doesn't matter. It's a lie about how your body, incorporates wheat, or why that wheat might be bad for you. Was wheat always bad for you? I don't think it was. I don't think tobacco was always bad for you. It's like everything that people use or consume that, was normal and was probably not harmful has been made harmful intentionally and then marketed to people. Hey, look, everybody uses this thing. Let's take over the market on it, and then we'll alter it with the genetically modified, materials until it's totally tastes great and looks beautiful, and will make everybody fall over dead if they eat it. Yay! Look at the money we're making. I think, well, how does it benefit a corporation to kill its people? That's not the goal. Is not to make money. If you think the goal is money, you're woefully mistaken. Hey, look at this brilliant, beautiful sunset. Facebook's going to be filled with people putting up pictures going, oh, look at the beautiful sunset we had tonight. Yeah, look at the beautiful chemical sprayed sunset we have. Oh, I feel great. Boy, isn't it nice to know that there's no expense spared in spraying down the atmosphere with toxic metal gases that cause innumerable amounts of harm to any living thing that has to be in contact with them on a regular basis. Well, that's just neato. Hey, that's the Western philosophy. What's the best way to gain control and keep control over the people? Because, population control is a thing as far as numbers, having wars and stuff, but the better population control happens when you can get the people to use things that cause their own demise, and that's still not even the end goal. The way you do it, the way you keep a population governed, controlled in the Minta mind, is through hobbling them. You don't want servants that can't do anything for you, but you don't want servants that could overtake you. You don't want servants that could realize how badly they're getting screwed and turn the tables on you. So once you're the authority figure, what do? You hobble your servants. You go and you cut their Achilles tendon. You break their kneecap. You put them on a chain. You make sure they're hobbled, and they know they're hobbled. They know they could never overpower you and that there's no chance for them to escape. And then they just do what they're told without question, and they don't try and fight back ever. They just submit. This is another thing. You notice how many websites you don't enter your information anymore? You submit your information. So you have to submit every time you agree to the terms. You must submit. Submit, right? Great choice of words, internet. So I think that's about all I have to say in this, is that the things that are messing us up are not necessarily of our own making, and you need to cut yourself a break. As far as if you have weight problems, it's not necessarily from your diet or your DNA. It's the environment. If you have eczema, if you have this, that, if you have COPD, if you have, anything, diabetes, it could be anything. But I can guarantee you that it's true that when you become poisoned with heavy metal toxins, things in your body stop functioning correctly, like your hormones. Things in your body begin to accumulate from those toxins, and that affects your immune system. And when it stops functioning right, then you're more open to there being parasites and all kinds of disorders that'll happen. And our authority figures in this world are liars. Our medical authority are letting people become sicker and sicker. And did you realize that the doctors are not allowed to tell you anything except for what they were told that they can tell you? They go to medical school to learn procedures and memorize responses. That way they all say the exact same thing at the same time. And that's the authority figures. The authorities on our health have made it illegal for doctors to tell you anything except for what they're told. They'll lose their job and they'll still owe all of their student loans. So there's no real incentive to help people in our medical system, and it's for profit to begin with. Corporation charters say that anything that cuts into the corporate profits is illegal. They're not allowed to do it. So letting people become sicker and sicker is tantamount to making them sick when you know the truth. The truth is that all of our authority figures are liars. It's not just the government, it's not just the military that's liars, it's not just the police departments that are liars, it's not just the district attorneys and the court systems that are liars. It's all of it. The doctors, the scientists, if they get money from the government in any way, they're on the dole. I mean, think about it. Every person that works for the government is on the dole. It will not do them any good to say anything true about lies that are being spewed onto the people, because they get paid by the government. So I'll just keep my mouth shut about that and let everybody get ass cancer. It's not my fault. Nothing I can do about it. I might as well make some money on it, right? That's Western philosophy. But the things that are affecting you, that are fucking you up right now, they may well not be of your making. They may be pushed on you, and the best you can do is take responsibility for the situation and do not believe your authority figures have your best intentions at heart, or necessarily telling you the truth. They only say enough truth so that you can't out and out call them full-on liars. People would catch on if everything they said was a lie, but you see how subtle that game is. You are not necessarily the cause of all of your woes, and you should cut yourself some slack. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks. Bye.